Hello everyone. In today's video, we will talk about the best indicators that help in knowing the direction of the trend. By knowing this direction, we can enter into short and long positions comfortably. As we know, trend indicators are the basic indicators that should be placed on the chart before looking for entry and exit signals, especially when we want to trade on small time frames from 1 minute to 15 minutes. For example, here we see that the trend is heading up, but here the trend is heading in a downward direction, and this means that in this area, we should look. The first system to find out the direction of the trend is a system that consists of two indicators. The first indicator is the Subag, and we can find it by typing Subag trend. After applying it to the chart, we will enter the settings, then to the higher time frame box, and change the value to 240. Now we see that the indicator appeared more clearly. When we see the emergence of the green zone, we will look for buying opportunities. When we see the emergence of the red zone, we will look for selling opportunities. The second indicator in the system will be the super trend indicator, and we can find it by typing super trend. From the search results, we choose this indicator under the technical section. As you can see, when the super trend is in green and the Subag indicator is also in green, it means that we will look for buy signals. On the contrary, when the Subag is in red and the super trend indicator is also in red, we will look for sell signals. For example, here we find that the super trend is in green while the Subag indicator is in red. This means that we will not look for any signal, and this area will be a neutral zone. In short, to find entry signals, the two indicators must be in red so that we can look for short positions, as we see here. And to find long positions, the two indicators must be in green. But if the color of one of them differs from the other, we do not look for any signals. Well, to learn more about this trend finding system, let's add a buy and sell indicator to get a clear view. Let it be the simple Bollinger Bands and Statistics indicator. After applying the simple indicator, let's delete all the graphics and lines and leave only buy and sell signals. The chart is now ready with two trend indicators and one signal indicator. Here we find the sell signal in the right place. The Subag indicator is in red, and the super trend indicator is in red, which means it is a good signal to enter. As for here, we find a sell signal in the wrong place. Here we see that the Subag indicator is in green, even if the super trend is in red. This is not enough to confirm the sell signal. As for here, the opposite happens. Here too. And even here, they are all located in the wrong place. All these signals here are also false. And I think you can tell that now for long positions only. But here, we should look for short positions only. But it always remains easy to speak without using appropriate indicators. As for this signal, the situation is different. This signal appeared in the right place. The super trend is in green, and the Subag is in green, and the result is a successful signal. Here too, we find a sell signal in the right place. The Subag indicator in red, and also the super trend is in red. So the signal is good to enter as well. There too, a sell signal is in the right place. Also, this signal is good for entry. Well, these are the signals in general. And after applying trend indicators, we can identify entry points easier, and we can use any buy and sell indicator with the system. Now on to the second system, which is the imaging system. It is one of the most common systems for determining the direction of the trend. To apply it, search for the 10-in-1 moving average indicator. After finding the indicator, open its settings, activate 5 moving averages, and from the drop-down list, make sure to choose the EMA indicator for each one, and for the values, they should be as follows: 89, 100, 120, 150, 200. And for the colors, the first one, which is EMA 89, should be green, and the last one, which is 200, should be in red. As for the rest of the colors, it's up to you. Now, when we see the EMA lines move in this order, where the upper line is red and the lower line is green, we will look for short opportunities. But if the candles overlap in this order or rise above it, we will not look for anything. Here we see that the opposite is starting to happen, and the green line has started to move up while the red line is almost a bottom line. So from here, we will start looking for buying opportunities. Here we see the candles overlap within the lines, and also the bottom line is not clear. So in this area, we have no trading opportunities. There we see that the system is in perfect condition and all the lines are in place. The red line is the upper line and the green line is the lower one. So here we will look for selling opportunities. Here too, as long as the candles are back below the lines, we can look for selling opportunities. We see that the order of the lines to search for selling opportunities has started from here. But here, the lines are overlapping and we can't look for anything. Here too, we see that the candles have descended between the lines and this means that trading should be avoided. As from this point, we see that the long order of the lines began to form. The upper line is the green one and the lower line is the red one. This means that in all this area, we can look for long positions. Well, but what are the best indicators that can be used with this system? The MACD chain can be used with any buy and sell indicator, even with the basic ones, such as the RSI indicator, MACD indicator, or even with any of the Willy indicators. And since we talked about the Willy mid indicator in the past, let's try it with the system. You can use these settings to get more signals, and you can also go back to the default settings to get fewer but more accurate signals. Using the Willy indicator is very easy. When the indicator reaches the overbought area, which is the area that is above here, we wait until it goes down and crosses the red average line. Then the red candle opposite this cross will be the entry candle. Since the MACD chain indicates that entry should be for shorts only, this signal is considered a successful signal. Bear till the Willy indicator reaches the overbought area and then cuts the red line heading down. So the red candle opposite this crossover will be the entry candle. As for here, we find that the Willy indicator did not reach the overbought area. And this means that we must avoid entering here too. Since the order indicates that trading is for shorts only, we will look for an entry signal in the Willy indicator. Since the candles have gone down under a MACD chain, we can look for shorts as well. Well, this was a quick explanation of how to use the MACD chain to find short signals. As for the long signals, we must look for the opposite since the order here indicates that it is in a long position. We have to find long signals in the Willy indicator. Here we find that the Willy indicator has reached the oversold area. So when it crosses the red line heading up, it will be the signal to enter into a long position. The last system in this video is the market bias system. To apply it, go to the indicators and search for the market bias indicator. Choose this indicator created by Professor X. This indicator is very easy to determine the trend. When we see that the indicator is green and the candles are moving above it, it means that we will look for long positions. But when the indicator is in red and the candles are moving below it, it means that we will look for selling opportunities. If the indicator is in red and the candles are above it, then we will consider it a neutral area, and we will not look for anything. This indicator can be used with several buy and sell indicators. To clarify this, we will use it with the V-stop indicator. To clarify more, let's open the indicator settings in order to delete the lines and leave only the buy and sell signals. Here we see a sell signal in the V-stop indicator, but this signal is above the green area in the market bias indicator. So this signal is a false signal. Here we find a buy signal in the red area. And this means that it is also a false signal. Here is also a false one because the candles were above the trend indicator. As for here, we find a sell signal in the right place because it is under the trend indicator that appears in red. There is a buy signal in a sell area, which means that it is false. And here the opposite happens, a sell signal in a buying area, and another false one. But here we find a sell signal in the right place as well, and it was a valid signal because it was under the trend indicator that appears in red. Also, here is a sell signal in the right place. As for the preceding one, it is a false signal. Here too, we see a good signal preceded by a bad one. And here the same thing happened. And here the opposite happens, a sell signal in a buy area. As for the signal, it has also appeared in the right place. If you are a beginner, following the trend is the best way to trade. As it is said, trend is your friend. That's it for today. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Good luck in your next trades.